So welcome to my presentation about cPoker development, a proposal in Catalyst Fund 11. So let me introduce our team really quick. We have Patrick, Jake, Randall, and me. We're working on this project for quite a while. Our credentials are some of the funded proposals in Fund 7 and 8, which we closed out successfully. We have experience with poker protocols, and well, over the past 2 years, which have been, I'm sure, a grind for a lot of teams, I think we have shown that we are able to adapt in changing scenarios. We're still looking for other people. I mean, obviously, we're looking to get funded now, but once we're funded, we would like to find a smart contract developer, some cryptographic experience, and a legal consultant. Let me introduce you to our product, cPoker. We're building a decentralized poker game with UI, smart contract integration, and a real-time protocol. So we want to bring decentralized gaming on Cardano. I think that is like a real chance for Cardano. And this would be a mass market dApp. So I think once we get this funded, then we would bring a lot of poker players onto our platform and onto Cardano. Also, we developed DRED, decentralized Redis, which we will use for state channels, and which basically will provide us with a strong, fast, and secure network and state channels. Yes, why should you vote for cPoker? So poker is a $100 billion market. If we can catch some of that, that could have serious consequences for the Cardano blockchain. We think also in terms of poker itself, decentralized has a lot of advantages compared to centralized poker platforms. Some of them are self-custody. It removes the third party. So traditional poker platforms have a centralized server, right? So basically, if the server administrator decided he wants to look at the whole cards, he could do that. This is not possible with our protocol because there's just no server in the middle. And enhanced privacy. Yes, innovation.
Thank you. I think time for question.
All right.
Questions, participants.
If I may just say real quick, I think it's also important to recognize responsible gambling. We don't want to be the next, crypto casino on the market. So, thank you. Sorry.
Sonny, you had a question. I think I should give you NFT.
I'm always welcome to NFT. I really, really like this because I love poker anyway. So this is really interesting for me. But and the last comment you made there was quite interesting because it was connected to my question, and that was, how are you going to deliver this? Because you said you don't want it to be a crypto casino. How do you envision the delivery of this poker experience, let's call it? Is it going to be an app? Is it a desktop, website? And is it a closed environment, or are you going to open it up to the world and onboard people onto Cardano that way? Like, how do you envision the end product?
Yeah, so we want to build an open source product, and then the way we want to finance ourselves is building like a software on top of it that improves the gaming experience. You could say almost like a freemium model where people support the project through, I don't know, maybe NFT tokens that buy you avatars, or maybe we could provide a service like video chat. In terms of responsible gambling, there's a lot of things that you can do. one thing could be or is one thing that poker sites nowadays do is they're using like psychological tricks to keep you on the site for as long as possible, right? So we will refrain from that for sure. Also, I had an experience once, and it was quite unpleasant. So I played 1v1 heads-up poker, and the guy wrote me, he's gonna kill himself. So I write the support, and I try to keep him online for as long as possible, even engage with him, talk with him. But the poker support wrote me back the next day, and I mean, I have no way of knowing like where he's from, what can I do? So I think there's a lot of stuff that can be done. Also, maybe, just advertise that there's help in your community if you're a gambling addictive. Yeah. Did that answer your question, or did I miss anything?
Yeah. Thank you. It did. So essentially, let me see if I got it right. You're writing the protocol that will be open source for other gaming or poker startups that might want to use, and they can use your base layer for their own startups, right? Their own products. Is that correct?
I mean, that is an idea that we're having, but right now we're more moving or more thinking into the direction of just having it open source, and everyone who wants to play can play. Because I mean, we're not providing a service. No one is providing a service. You just download the app, and the open source licensing that should protect us also a little bit. Of course, once like if the platform gets really, really big, then we have to, reevaluate and talk with like high-class lawyers and make sure we're doing the right thing.
Thank you very much. I like what you said about the freemium model. I don't know if people remember from Facebook, there was a Zynga Poker and it was literally free. And people bought tokens, but they didn't spend the money, right? But they bought tokens, and it was all about the leadership board and stuff like that. And that got a ridiculous amount of engagement. And I can see this being the Web3 version of that. And I would love to help you with that if that was of interest to you. I did put a message in there in the DM, so please connect and let's see what we can do, because this is very exciting. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Let's get in contact. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. More questions. I see a question from the community, but I think you've answered it. So Jimmy Lee.
Yes, hi Simon. Thanks for your presentation. So your project is depend on the state channel. I think the state channel solution is very, very suitable for the poker game. But I have two questions. When will your DApp deploying on the mainnet? And the second two, if you checking the Hydra's roadmap, so you will know you will know the Hydra's. I think it's very, very long to reach the requirements of your project. So what is your plan to handle this? Do you have another plan to deploy or apply other technology?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understood the question completely. You were asking, you're saying it's quite a long project and how we're gonna pull this off, or can someone paraphrase maybe?
Yes, if the Hydra's, the state channels technology of Cardano cannot satisfy your project, so what's
I see.
Okay.
Let me take the time. So we built our own. I showed it earlier. Decentralized Redis is basically what's gonna be our communication layer it's not gonna be Hydra. Most likely. I mean, you know, it's still an R&D project. Things may change, but yeah, we're working on Dread, and it's another system. It's something that we've got funded for in Fund 8 and yeah, delivered.
Mhm. Okay, last thing, but not it's not the questions. I'm developing a same platform like you, but it's like a hardware every project where every dev can join, and we will share the market together. And
Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
okay, sorry.
And good luck, Simon.